evening, everyone. Bonsoir. So, thank you, Ivan, for inviting me tonight, and I'm very excited to share my experience with all of you beautiful humans. So, just a quick poll here to check the pulse. How many of you are here tonight for the first time? Great. And how many of you have been returning to this event? Okay, we see how we have a 50-50 match. So a great way to build a community and connect is here and now. So this is where the connection starts. And just one more question for you, because I'm curious. How many of you have left this event or an event like this with one friend and someone you kept talking and just at least one valuable connection? Okay, that's a good amount of hands. Hopefully we'll get it to more. So today I want to talk about why the grass is greener on the community side and why it has value for all of us and how we can support each other through it. Because this is my first time speaking here at an event publicly for myself, I want to start with a brief introduction of who I am. And if there are 3 things I want you to remember about me, is that I am a hopeful person, which is also literally my name. I'm a curious one, always have been the annoying child who would ask why, and then how, and then why. And my favorite way to learn about life and experiences is through people, through connections, and through stories. So when I was younger, I loved exploring theater and languages and sports, and I consider this as exploring worlds, not necessarily collecting hobbies. So fast forward to being a little bit more grown, I had to make a decision of what I want to do as a career. And of course, I wanted to be able to connect with people, to be creative, to innovate, and naturally this led me to business. Yes, and marketing in particular. And through my experiences, I realized that the best opportunity to learn and grow is through connecting with people, and this is how I discovered Chaos and the wholesome community that it holds, not only in terms of my colleagues who are also there, someone there, so shout out, and through all the creators that I've had the pleasure to work with. And this experience made me realize that while there is an I in community, I wouldn't be here today being me without the community that supported me, my friends who are also here, so thank you so much, family, and my teachers as well growing up. So we've heard a lot of the times how it takes a village to bring idea to life, how a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, and I think in order to bring ideas to life and to make a difference, we do it together and we are stronger together. So something that I think communities help to support is business, and business can help support communities, but it's important to think about beyond the profit, similar to how one of the previous speakers talked about. And the fact that I wanted to think outside the box led me to join Creative Mornings. First, I started as a member, and this year I had the pleasure to make it as a host, and I'm navigating through challenges there, but what really resonated with the format for me is their motto, which is everyone is creative, and being creative is more than just being a designer or a painter or a musician, because creating is literally bringing something into life that maybe it could be a pie, or it could be a business idea for your next startup or event like this. So one of the important things about being part of a community, and I think what makes a community strong, is allowing its members to be seen and to see each other. And this happens through vulnerability. And I know being a little vulnerable, it doesn't have to be too personal, of course, it's not an easy thing to do, and that's why a safe space is important to be fostered for these people to be able to be vulnerable, well, for us to be able to be vulnerable, and we can actually have and build meaningful connections with one another. Well, this is very difficult to navigate in 30 seconds. I'm rushing here. So one thing that I realized is that if I want to lead a community at some point, which I'm grateful to have the honor to do so, I need to belong to it first, to understand the people, to understand their stories, their needs, and where they're coming from, and what can we do to support each other to grow together. So the three pillars for me to have a successful and strong community are to be open to ideas and experiences and people's stories, to be curious about life and people within your community, and to be brave enough to share your own story and be vulnerable and create that connection. And I think big ideas and bold ideas, they enjoy communities, they enjoy comrades. Maybe sometimes it has to be a dictatorship. But I think when we are buzzing together, we can reach into to different conclusions. So essentially when we are together, we can grow together and thrive together, and the support that a community can provide is so much more important. And I think physical connections and physical presence in the community makes a huge difference. I know online presence is important too nowadays, but we can't miss the human connection. So my appeal to you tonight is to think about one way where a community that you belong to has helped you and improved your life, and one way that you have done it, and maybe you can share it with the people around you, because it's one step for each of us individual, but a giant step for making a community brighter and greener. And we hope to see you on the greener side.